Hey, welcome to Riding with Gravity. Today I'm going to swap out the mirrors. And so I've got these Husky mirrors I'm going to put on there. I'll show you basically the setup of getting this swapped out. I'm going to start by putting the new mirrors on, and then I'll take the old mirrors off when I feel like it. But I'm going to just start by putting the new mirrors on. And I'm going to put my bike on a bike stand because I do want the handlebars to be centered and square. So I'm going to put it up on a stand just so I can get those handlebars straight while I do the mounting. Okay, let's start by getting this on the stand. I'll get better at that over time, but as you can see, what I did was I leaned the motorcycle. I stood opposite the side that had the bike stand, so that if it fell, it would fall towards me and I could catch it. And then if it fell the other direction, I've got the bike stand there to help out a little bit. Helps to have the handrails and everything, but now I'm up and I've got my handlebars square and I'm ready to work on the mirrors. All right, I'm gonna start just by taking this off. I've got an Allen wrench in here, and we're just gonna take this piece off so we can get the bar ends on. So this bolt I'll be able to reuse, actually, and we'll leave the weights and everything that are in here. So there's parts of the mirror that I'm not gonna use, and I'll show you that in just a sec. All right, so I've removed the ends. So there was this bolt and then the weight here on the bar end. So took this off, got those set aside. And then we've got our mirror here. So I've got the mirror and then the bolt here. So this will work on either side. So I'm just gonna get this set up, and then of course it's gonna end up here, and I can either put it up or I can put it down in the lower position. Okay, so on the mirror here, both of them come the same way, and there's this little piece on the other side. So I'm gonna flip one of them to be on the other side because obviously, you know, I'm gonna end up more like this. And I don't know, I haven't decided if I want them down or up. I'll just give them a look. It's not going to be that hard to change them once they're there. But you are going to need a 7/64 Allen wrench for this in order to get those out. So we've got this little 7/64, and it'll fit in there, and you can take these little things out, and that way you can flip it on to the other side. Okay, so again, all I'm doing right now is I'm just switching this so that I have one on either side. They both came with the same configuration, but since I'm gonna have, you know, one on the right side and one on the left side, I'm just flipping this part around. So again, this is the 7/64, and I've removed them, and now I'm just putting them back in. So I'll do that. And then, you know, this is really simple. If I wanted this in the up position, then I would get it on there like this. So we'll see, I'll play around with it a little bit. All right, very important note. So these don't really come with instructions, but it comes with this, right? And you're gonna need this little spacer because otherwise on the right-hand side where the throttle is, you're not gonna have enough, it's gonna be so tight up against it that the mirror and the throttle will touch. So you need this little spacer, particularly on the right hand side, so that the throttle will still move and you don't get any, you know, friction with the mirror. So important to note, now I'm not going to use this particular bolt. I'll use the original bolt because it's black, but it doesn't really matter. Just taking the original bolt that I had on here, right? And then and I'm gonna basically just fasten it, right? So it's pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna let them hang at their natural position, and I can always adjust these further if I want. But that's the nice thing, really. It's a pretty pretty easy thing to do to get these mirrors mounted and everything. So it's just a matter now of do I want them down like this, or do I want them raised a little bit? So we'll see. Okay, so I've got these mirrors on. Left hand side, I'm going ram position right now. We'll see if I like it or not. We'll just ride it a few times. And again, it came with that little spacer piece. You're gonna need that. That way this will twist just fine. But these are all set now. I'll eventually lower the bike, hop on, and I'll adjust these a little bit. But now I'm gonna remove these. All right, so these will come off pretty easy actually. There's this little sleeve, so you lift this up and you'll see there's just a bolt here. So I'll get a wrench and I'll take these off. It'll be pretty easy. All right, there you go. It's pretty easy. And I don't know if I have a bolt that'll fit here, but I might, and then I'll try to plug that. All right, so I've got the mirrors on, and I'm just gonna lower it now and do a little bit of adjusting. But as you can see, it lowers the profile of the bike quite a bit. I'll do a little walk around too, but let me get it down off the stand here. I'm gonna stand on this side, so if it comes this way, I can catch it. All right, so it's pretty good. Like I said, really lowers the profile of the bike quite a bit. All right, so looks good. As I said, don't forget to use the spacer there so that you've got enough distance, and then this turns freely. But looks good. Won't know until I go out and ride functionally. Got to adjust them and everything. But like I said, really lowers the profile of the bike, as you can see here. But beautiful looking bike. So if you're curious about bar end mirrors, they're pretty easy. These are the Husky mirrors, but lots of different kinds will work. Just kind of depends on how you're gonna handle the ends. But I left the weights and everything in there, so should be fine, and we'll see. I'll kind of let you know once I've done a ride what I think about them.